Yo, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another poker vlog. And yes, finally we're out of Vegas. That trip was over. It was a really long 10-day trip and we made a lot of content. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But we're back at Boston Billiard playing some poker there. And let's get right into it. But before that, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who got one of these card protectors. There's only a few left, so there's limited supply. We're making these limited time drops, so once they're sold out, they are out. So if you want to grab them, help support the channel, link down in the description below, Rampage Poker Store. Also, of course, rocking the Folding is Boring hoodie. These are not limited supply, so I'm really happy with how this looks, how it feels, super comfortable. So yeah, if you like any of these designs, want to help support the channel, and if you also think folding is boring, then yeah, feel free to cop one of these. But anyways, let's get into the video, and obviously we run pretty good at this one, so this is a fun vlog to me. Back at good old Boston Billiard 1-3, we buy in for $500, and this first hand here, pocket sixes under the gun with a button straddle. There's a big blind limp, and here six-handed, I can go either way with raising or limping. I decide to raise it up and take the aggressive route to $25. With this raise, we get the button and big blind to call, so 3 ways to a flop. Flop is deuce, 5, 6, 2 spades. Welcome back to the table. Welcome back to Boston Billiards with top sets. Big blind checks to me, and I'm going to c-bet this one to $30, and we get action. Both players make the call. The turn comes the jack of spades. Really not ideal, because on this kind of a board texture, having all the top pairs locked up, and there are some draws out there, the main one gets there with the spades. Anyways, when big blind checks, I think about the sizing and determine that $65 is going to be good enough to charge holdings with a spade in them, so we bet 65. The button folds, and now the big blind check raises to $200. So when we face this check raise, this is exactly why we decided to size down a little bit on this turn, but really confused here as how many suited combos of spades he's going to be having here when he does limp in pre-flop. With only $240 left in my stack if I call, I think jamming here seems very optimal, but I've always seen these spots to be fairly nutted, and I don't think we're going to fold here, and I think we're going to make the call here with the plan to be cautious on the river. So we call. With the river comes the king of hearts. Obviously, we would have loved to see a paired board, but now this player jams $245 effective as he covers me. Given the size of the pot, I think this is a slam dunk spot to just toss in a crying call and go broke every single time here. But I just feel like I'm never really good here given this spot and given the action. So although I think I should be going broke, I actually make an exploitative fold, and I fold my set. I show him my pocket sixes, and he asks if we want to see it, and of course we want to see it to show the vlog. And he shows us king queen offsuit for the bluff, I think. Or maybe he was actually making a value jam on the river. Nice hand to him, and looking back, there was obviously a lot of merit to rip it all in on the turn, given I was so short. But I guess this time, we make a mistake, and we get owned. Next spot, picking up pocket rockets in the small blind with a button straddle. I open things up to $25 here first to act. We get the big blind to make the call, and now, beautiful news, under the gun player 3 bets to $125. Action folds to me. We both started with $500 in our stack, and yeah, we're going to put in the mandatory 4-bet given we're out of position and multi-way. I size up with the 4-bet to $300. The big blind who called 25 gets out of the way, and the undergun player rips it all in for $500. I am pretty sure I'm not going anywhere. I'm not folding here, so we call. He shows us pocket queens, and we're up as a heavy favorite. Let's go to a run out.
Oh, I'm such a nerd folding sixes though.
Ace. Can we get one more in 18 seconds? Or jack. Oh, tried it. Tried the high hand.
High hand 180.
Once again, flopping top set. What a dream. And we double up back to about $1,000 in our stack, but we're in $760 now.
Oh. Alright.
The theme of this video seems to be pocket pairs as this third hand in under the gun with a button straddle. The small blind and big blind limp. Here with a medium pair, we raise it up to $30. The cutoff 3-bet rips it all in for only about $100 total. Action folds to me, and I'm never really folding here, especially to a small jam, and it's only 25 big blinds. I make the call, and once again, we're all in, off to a run out.
Oh. Can you put another 9? No.
The runout comes 9 high. We have top boats. Once again, flopping another set. This is a little ridiculous. I show my hand, and this time we actually sucked out against pocket kings. So hitting that 20% there on the flop. And once again, we're only 15 minutes into the session, but we flopped 3 straight sets in a row. Alright guys, madness resumes with pocket 8s in the big blind with a button straddle. Once again, the straddle's on. Small blind limps and onto me. I'm going to raise it up to $25, normal 5x sizing. We get the under the gun player to call, and so does the small blind. Going to a flop, which comes ace, queen, 8, rainbow. What the hell? No, just kidding. All right, now we didn't actually flop 4 sets in a row. This was just some clickbait content. It's actually ace, queen, 3, rainbow. And when action checks to me with 2 cards over our pair, we check and action checks around. The turn comes in 8. I wasn't actually lying too bad against you guys. We actually turned a set this time. This is ridiculous. Action checks to me again. I bet out $50. Both players fold, and I've got to show it this time again. 4 sets in a row. It is actually getting ridiculous. How about we play a hand that's not pocket pairs? This time we have ace jack off on the button, and we are on the straddle. There are 3 limpers to me of $5, and given the action in position, I size up to $40 for a raise. The undergun limper makes the call. He seems like a solid player. The hijack makes the call as well, and he seems to be quite drunk and definitely want to play pots against him. Going to a flop, which comes 7, deuce, 3, 2 clubs, and a diamond. Action checks to me on this board, and it's really not for us. We've got ace high, multi-way. I'm going to check this back and see a turn. The turn is the jack of diamonds. Perfect card for us to spike, and C's now sitting with top. Even better, undergun player leads out and bets $55. The hijack unfortunately folds. I really wanted him to be in here since he is the drunk player, but he gets out of the way and now onto us. We're in position, and I think calling the $55 seems very okay, but we do lose a lot of value against draws that we're certainly ahead of right now with top. So confident in our hand to be best, I raise it up to $200, applying pressure. He's only got about $350 behind in his stack, so I kind of want him to commit stacks here and have the decision to either jam or fold. If he jams, I think we're just committed to calling off, obviously, but he thinks for a while, and now when he thinks I'm definitely confident that I'm ahead, but unfortunately he folds, saying that he's looking forward to seeing this hand on the vlog, so I'm not sure what he had, but we take this down with ace jack. Next hand we go, pocket 10s in the cutoff, playing 5-handed. Seems like every time we see pocket pairs, we hit a set, so let's see how this one goes. There's a hijack player who limps, and I raise it up to $15, as this is not a straddled pot. The button makes the call for 15, and now onto the small blind, who 3-bets to 75. I've seen this player stack off a bunch, so maybe he just might be tilted and 3-betting wide. The only issue with that is that I've also only seen him 3-bet with premiums, and he has been getting sucked out on for stacks, so he potentially could be tilted or just playing standardly still. But anyways, when actioned back onto me, I'm in position with a pretty good pair. Folding here seems a little too exploitative, so I make the call, the button folds, and the small blind player only has about $200 behind in his stack. With an SPR of a little above 1, the flop comes 8, 6, deuce, 2 clubs, and a spade. I'm expecting him to jam here with most of his value hands, but he takes a weird action and c-bets only $60. Really small, and I don't love the situation given the line, but I'm pretty much just obligated to call here given the size and this flop. I put in 60, and the turn comes the queen of spades. He thinks for a while, and he actually checks with about $140 left in his stack. I think if he had a hand like ace-queen, this is just a slam dunk jam. Now I'm just seeing holdings like ace-king or pocket jacks, and very infrequently sometimes ace-jack in range. I'm way ahead or way behind those holdings right now. I decide to check it back. The river now comes the jack of diamonds. So it's a pretty good and bad card overall. It's very unlikely that he's got pocket jacks now, and if he jams, I think we'd have to sniff out the bluff and make the call. But luckily, it doesn't come to that, as he checks. I snap check it back, as there's no point in betting. He shows us ace-10 offsuit, and pocket 10s are going to take this pot down. Hand number 7 comes pocket 7s in the cutoff. There's a hijack limp, and I raise it up to $15. The player to my left on the button, my buddy Jake, he actually 3-bets to 50. Action folds to me, and with pocket pairs here, let's try to hit our 5th set in this hour. Can we do it? I make the call, and we see a flop. Flop is ace, 9, 8, rainbow. With bottom pair, I guess we've come back to earth with these realistic flops. Here I check to play in flow. He bets out $55 and nowhere to go. I snap fold. Jake shows us an ace as he's nice enough to do so for the vlog. Nice hand. Looking down at King Jack offsuit in the cutoff in this next hand here, there's a hijack limp, and once again I'm going to isolate the limper. I raise the $15 and this player makes the call. It seems like he's been limping fairly wide, so we're going to see a flop. The flop is Queen Queen 9 Rainbow. He checks to me, and on this board with one pair and a gutter ball, I'm going to see bet pretty small here, expecting King High to be good here as well. I only bet $10, and he calls looking a little suspicious of my bets. Let's see a turn. The turn's a good one. It's a 10. Absolutely magical now, sitting with the nut straight. He checks, and now I'm going to take a weird line as we hit our gutter ball. Let's try to get some money in there on this very connected board. I size up to $60, and I don't think I can get too much to call besides Queen X, maybe sometimes Jack X, but he looks very confused, then grabs his chips for a call. So given these physical tells, it seems like he's very strong. At least that's what my read is. We're going to see a river and see what happens. The river is the 4 of hearts. It's a total brick to this board, which is really nice. When he checks to us, I really want to size up and get paid from Queen X. I think maybe sometimes he can be slow playing boats, but given the action, I think he's only got trips, and we're going to go for max value here. I'm going to size up to $225 over betting the pot, and he is visibly upset with this bet and definitely not happy about it.
Oh, wow, look at you, huh?
He thinks I have a boat as he's talking out loud.
What kind of sick shit do you have over there?
Or is beat by King Jack. So does he ever have trips here or Jack 8 suited or something like that? I'm not entirely sure, but ultimately he says he can't fold.
I mean, I don't know why I'm talking. I'm not folding. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'll donate to your full house, bro.
So he makes the call. I show my hand, and he has Jack 8 offsuit. So straight over straight. Maybe I could have even sized up a little bit bigger than that if I knew what he had, but we take this pot down. Last hand in the session to go over, we've got ace 10 off on the button. There's an on the gun limp, and the cutoff is posting in the big blind, so he's also in for $3. With essentially 2 limpers in here, I raise it up to 20, and we get only the on the gun limper to call. Heads up to a flop, which is ace 7 5 2 spades. He checks to us, and on this board texture, it seems like the ace is obviously good for us with top pair, but I do think the 7 and 5 can interact with his under the gun limping range a lot, so I'm going to play this a little bit deceptively and check back. The turn is the 3 of clubs. Once again, he checks to us, and now I think, given the line, we've got to go for value here. I bet $30 and back onto this player, who decides to check raise to 80. I'm so confused, and I'm stuck right now when I face this raise. This board heavily favors his under the gun limping range, like I said before, and whether it be 6-4 suited, some sets, some 2-pair combos, I think about this over, and with top pair and a very mediocre kicker here, I think I can fold this one. If I did have ace king or ace queen, I'm a little bit more incentivized to make the call, but because our 10 isn't amazing and our kicker isn't great, with only one pair facing this line, the double check raise, I let this one go, and when I do fold, he says good fold, as he says he flopped a set. We'll take it. We'll take some good folds here and there eventually. Looks like we're learning, but this is when we wrap up the session.
If this is love, but I guess we'll see.
So we're out. First session back, we get hit with the absolute deck somehow. Getting smashed with it, which is nice. 4 sets. 4 freaking sets in like literally the first 15, 25 minutes or something crazy like that. So obviously run good was there. If we found the call button, I've never said that before. If we found the call button on that first hand, I think we would have done much, much better. But overall, we only played for a little bit. There's a snowstorm outside, and the last time I left New Hampshire during a snowstorm, it was absolutely atrocious. It took me like almost 2.5, 3 hours to get home. So trying to beat the, I guess the snow rush, but we were in the game for $760, out of the game for $1,635. Good profit in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, give or take. But yeah, all things went pretty smoothly for us at 1-3. We played for stacks. It's kind of what we like to do at 1-3, and we ran pretty well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you all for all the support. And yeah, comment below. or back home. Let me know where I should go next, and we just might go to it, take a trip to Maryland, Florida, Arizona, anywhere. Comment down below where you want me to play and travel to, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.